From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Come on, sack. It's a flag. Hunt, just foot. Swing. Oh, yeah.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing here, Dobbs. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And out across midfield, down to the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and 11. They'll run on second down with Cohen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Back to throw Downs. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On second down, Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Second and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
Fields pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Back to Mixon on first down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Fields. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Fields. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Dobbs. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Out of the gun, Dobbs. That's caught by Montgomery.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll try and throw for it here. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Off play action. Fields. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and now it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check my 47. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Joker, 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 joker. SOS. 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 SOS.
Looking to throw again on second down. Dobbs dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
47 the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47. Watch the pass. Under 10, under 10, 10.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man there is Patterson, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 15, check 15. Alert flare, alert flare.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. Looking to throw on second down. Dobbs. That is caught by Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Fields. Incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And he's got some space here. Powering his way forward. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. Fields into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
This is Mixon on the draw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lutz is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A final shot before break. Dobbs, he's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, look. Check three. Slam. 36.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards into Chicago, 1st down.
Check. Break down. 47.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Now he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
the slap. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Crunch time. Go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Off. I got you, boy. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47.
On fourth down, Dobbs gonna let one fly for run. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On second down now, Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
58's the mic. Here it comes.
On third down, Fields. Looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 49-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 45 on second down, Dobbs got his man complete over the middle. That's Cohen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Dobbs now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They try again with Cohen. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Dobbs is throwing, escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Mixon. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Second and 6 at the 43-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Odell Beckham. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Watch twist.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
On first down, Dobbs to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Back to the air on second down. Dobbs buying time to his left. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Bandit. Bandit. Watch the safety crease. Check.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Dobbs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 47's the mic, boy. 47.
throwing on 3rd and long. Dobbs, and he'll complete this one to Patterson. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Saints' 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dobbs gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Back to throw Dobbs. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 3, check 3. 1, 6, 4. Wait. Check the backer. Let it go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, Fields, and Anderson's got it. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
You better be afraid of me. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Dobbs forced out to his left. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Cohen. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Right here. 47 Mike, 47 Mike, 47. I'm coming. Bang.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check. 47. No, check.
On 4th down, Dobbs flush to his right. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. That one complete to Anderson. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Fields. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
47's the mic.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.